On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Three,
two, one. Happy New Year!
Oh my God. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And it is our first episode of 2024.
2024. Love it.
And we've got lots in store.
Lots more.
Don't stop us now. Don't hold us back. We're already off to a good start here. Really excited for a new year. I love it. It always feels like just a fresh new beginning. And we, of course, spent New Year's Eve together.
Yes, that was so fun. We danced. I drank.
We wore masks. We played games. We played this game called Stir the Pot, which is actually really fun to play if you have like a group of friends over.
It will stir the pot.
It will stir the pot. If you're easily offended, not a good one to play.
Yeah, no, because you will get your feelings hurt. I didn't, but I don't know. I think it could go that way. But it's fun. It's fun.
It is fun. You also brought Twister, which I was down to play, but everyone else there was like, we're not gonna play Twister. We're like,
no.
We're like, well, we can play Twister ourselves anytime we want. So.
It's sitting on the dashboard of the van right now, and so anyone that walks by, it's the game Twister.
Well, I mean, come on. They take one look at you and they go, oh, she's a Twister girl.
She's flexible, honey.
Oh, she's flexible. She's elastic.
I wish.
What else? Oh, can we talk about Saltburn? That feels very obituary centric.
That was so insane. Well, we were watching it at the same time, and I had texted you because in the beginning I was bored and I didn't know anything about it. I had seen the preview and it leaves you just like, this is a really pretty movie. And I know there's dark undertones, but like, I don't know what to expect. And so in the beginning, I'm like, okay, whatever. And then as soon as they got to Saltburn, I was like, oh, okay.
Here we go.
Here we fucking go.
I thought it was so good. I watched it twice. And
yeah, I think I caught half of it when you watched it twice.
Very hot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Creepy though, too.
I mean, creepy, but hot.
The bathwater, the bathtub.
Oh, I said I'd be down the drain like Pennywise. I'd be down there just like fucking waiting for it.
I don't want to give any spoilers if you haven't seen it, but the bathtub scene, the grave scene, if you know, you know.
Never have I wanted to be a pile of dirt.
Oh, no. That was so wild. And then at the end with the tracheotomy tube or whatever it is, pulled that baby out.
I don't want to give any spoilers, but I'm
not saying
I'm going to spoil the whole movie. We're not here to give any spoilers, but can we talk about that?
I'm not going to say who, what, where, how.
It was good. And then we went for a couples massage.
We did.
I was telling Madison, I had called her. I was like, I kind of want to get a massage. She's like, well, why don't we go today? And so she three-way called the place and was like, can we book a couples massage? So we did that.
Okay, so I'm on a vertical kick, as you guys know. I've talked about vertical cemeteries, vertical burials.
She's walking. She's always standing.
I'm always standing. So I was looking up. I was like, I wonder if I could do a coffin spinner about people dying standing up. And staying standing up. Well, that doesn't happen. But I did find an article where it did happen. But this is the only thing I found on anybody standing up and dying. And this is just a horrific thing to walk into. So this is from the Daily Mail. It's from 2012, but it says Man 35 was found dead standing up in his kitchen after mystery head injury. A coroner has described the death of a man who was found standing up in his kitchen as bizarre. A friend called out when he saw Andrew Evans, 35, through the window standing up with his hand reaching into a cupboard in the kitchen of his East Greenstead, West Sussex home. But it was only when he received no reply and let himself in that Mr. Evans' friend realized that he was dead. Mr. Evans had injured his head before his death on May 10th, but it's not known how seriously. The coroner's court heard how Mr. Evans was 4 times the drink drive limit when he died. It is thought that he died after blacking out as he reached into a cupboard in his kitchen. His body is said to have fallen against the kitchen fittings, and he remained standing up.
Oh, God.
Could you imagine if I walked over here and saw you in the kitchen like, oh, okay, and you're just standing there with your arm in the cupboard?
God, creepy. You know, Frances Glessner Lee would love that.
Oh, that would be a really good little model.
Uh-huh.
Like, what happened here?
Yeah. Wait, going back for a second, because I want to talk about resolutions, because I feel like I skipped over them this year. I was telling you, I don't really have any for this year. Do you have any this year?
I want to take more pictures and not care if I have makeup on or because I feel like I don't have a lot of pictures with me and Cisco or me and the dogs or like me and you because I'm like, oh, my hair's not done or my makeup's not done. And I don't want to live like that anymore. Like just not having pictures around.
Yeah.
I think it sucks. And so that, and then definitely just still hitting all the health goals we're doing.
I know we haven't done a fitness update in a while.
Should we?
Well, yeah, you're about 20 pounds down. I'm about 20 pounds up.
Yeah.
So we're both where we want to be.
You're all muscle that you've built, and I've lost all fat. It's crazy.
It is crazy, and I'm proud of us because I feel like you and I are both people, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, who get really hyped about something and then are hyped about it for a couple of weeks and then stop being so hyped about it and completely fall off.
Yeah.
Not the case.
Not the case.
We were saying today even, like I called you when I left the gym and I was like, I really just love working out. And I didn't think I'd ever be that person. But
I know.
Love it.
I love it too.
I feel like that's always like the comment. Our trainer was asking me, he's like, do you have any resolutions this year? And I was like, nope. He's like, none? I said, nope. I was like, I don't really.
I feel like you're either that type of person that's like needs the new year to make these resolutions, or you're the type of person that's like, no, I'm just going to live consistently and,
Well, every year my resolutions are always like the same thing anyways. And it's usually, I want to be healthier. I want to make more healthy decisions. And I want to like start working out. And so it's like, okay, doing that. I don't know. I don't have anything else to resolve. I know a good resolution if you're out there and you're looking for one, reading more. And to encourage that, we've actually helped you out by writing a book for you all.
We sure did. And you can actually go and pre-order it if you want to at prh.com/obituary. And you'll have it by August. It's really great. It's a literary work of art.
Critics are calling it the biggest book of the year. And we also were just voted the best podcast in the world. Was it in the world or the universe?
I think it was just the world.
The world. We were voted the best podcast in the world, which is just so crazy to me.
So crazy. I'm upset we didn't get universe, but
next year.
Yeah, there's these podcasters on Mars that just...
Oh.
It's good. They're good.
I heard they bought their listeners.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't hear that from me. I'm scared. What if there's like a podcast called like Podcast from Mars?
No, that's not directed towards anybody. God.
I'm like, careful because you know how the world is.
Honey, people like to start it.
People like to be assholes.
They sure do.
And speaking of, we've got some assholes this week. And this first one says, am I the asshole? My wife didn't come to my dad's funeral.
Okay.
So, my dad died. I asked my wife if she'd come to the funeral, but wasn't surprised she didn't come because she didn't know him too much and she said she had to work. This was fine with me. I went there with my daughter. While we were still at the funeral, my wife finished work. She texted me asking if I was still at the funeral, and I said yes. She then texted me, "Nice that you asked me if I would come after work." She obviously meant the funeral. I came home and she's angry with me. I didn't ask her if she'd want to come after work. I said to her she could have decided herself if she wanted to come after work. On another funeral, she also decided that she would come, and I didn't ask her for that one, so am I the asshole?
I don't think you're the asshole. I think the wife should go with you.
Are you kidding? Yeah. It was worded kind of odd. Sorry if that was confusing at all. But yeah, basically he asked his wife to come to the funeral. She said no. His dad's funeral. She said no, I have to work. Goes to work and then gets mad at him that he didn't say, hey, do you want to come after work?
That's so weird.
Weird.
So weird. Oh, by the way, I went to a funeral this
You did?
little break.
Yes.
One of my sisters and I have a different dad. He passed away in October, and we've always been super, super close, spent holidays like with him. Like my mom was married to him when she was like in her 20s, like early 20s. They've just always remained friends, and it was a good example of divorce. And it was a really nice funeral. He's part of the Neptune Society, which is where they carry out your urn to sea. And he had like a dissolvable urn.
Uh-huh.
It was like made out of biodegradable stuff, and it looked like sand. It was really cool. But we brought it back to my sister's because she had the reception there. And we put him on the counter, but he was like a little too close to the sink. And we were all like, if that thing gets wet,
Imagine.
like that's gonna be bad. But he was like just one of a kind. Like
Yeah.
you don't meet people like him.
Funny guy. Rest in peace, Bob.
Rest in peace. Okay, next asshole. Sorry.
This one says, am I the asshole for not forgiving my dad for moving on after my mom's death? So I understand people move on after someone dies. I know this, but my mom passed in February of 2022, and we had her funeral at the end of March the same year. My father already had plans to go to his new girlfriend's house for Easter that same year. I wasn't there because my fiance and I had moved to Texas. He moved that same woman in May of 2022. So the mom passed away in February.
Mm-hmm.
Like a month later, he's spending Easter with a girlfriend.
Ooh.
And then she's moving in like 2 months after that.
That feels inappropriate.
She wrote, she's only been gone for 3 months and he already moved a new woman in, and not just some random woman he met at the store. He's known her for years and had been friends with her for years.
That makes me feel icky.
She was waiting, I feel like.
She was waiting, or not to start a scandal, but
Or not waiting.
or during.
He didn't tell me that they even started dating. I found out through Facebook, and it hurt because I felt like my mom was replaced so easily, and he didn't take my feelings into consideration at all. I know it's his life and his relationship, but it was my mom he replaced. I've distanced myself and don't even know if I want him at my wedding at this point because he's been fighting me the whole way with making his girlfriend comfortable around my mom's family and basically wants to cater the day to her. Mind you, my parents were married for 25 years, so am I the asshole?
No, I think you have every fucking right. I think that there's appropriate time limits. Even if it feels short, you could go 6 months maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think a month
A
in,
month is insane.
the soil isn't even,
Uh-huh.
there's no grass growing over the soil.
Oh, yeah, that grave is fresh.
Fresh.
Baby. I think it's disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you have children, even if they're adults, you need to be considerate. Like, I'm lucky, like, my dad is so considerate.
Mm-hmm.
And he waited a really long time after my mom passed away to start dating this woman who we all love. And we're like, please ask her. Like, we were the ones, like, pushing him, like, please ask her out. We love her.
Right. And your mom loved her.
And my mom loved her too. Yeah. So, I mean, well, I guess who knows if this woman, because like that woman was in our life in a different capacity.
Yeah, but she also she lost her husband.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's,
But yeah, it's a very Hallmark situation in my family.
Yeah.
right now. But God, yeah. It just, also for him, you cannot heal from losing your wife of 25 years in 30 days and be off to the next.
Well, and her, what is she thinking?
Yeah.
You
Like,
know?
would you ever? Like, I'd
No.
be like, I don't think it's appropriate. Or like, we're doing this in secrecy then for a long time.
For a long, long time.
Because people find comfort after death sometimes. Like, I think that's how some people probably end up together, especially as you get older. It's like, you know, you're consoling them and then one thing leads to another. But yeah, I think super inappropriate to move her in after 3 months.
Yeah.
Without talking to the kids or having that conversation. But he knew the conversation wasn't going to go good because it's only been 3 months.
It's giving me two scenarios in my head. One, it's giving me Seventh Heaven when Annie's mom died.
Oh, God.
And her dad brought ginger.
And she was like, what?
And Annie was pissed.
Remember, she yelled.
Yeah, she was pissed. But then it also reminds me, and I know it still happens today, but I think of like in the 1950s, like a neighbor, like a woman neighbor bringing over.
Like a funeral potatoes. She's like,
yeah. She's like,
hi, are you okay?
Are you okay? And like just keeps bringing casseroles and stuff and makes her move.
Yeah, not cool. I honestly wouldn't blame this person if they didn't invite their father to the wedding.
I wouldn't either.
It feels justified to me.
Yeah, too hurtful.
Really hurtful. Oh, God.
God, well, I'm up first this week.
Uh-huh.
Which means you should have a little side bitch.
I do, and I can't remember for the life of me how I found her. Her name is Louise Carter. She passed away April 2016, and her obituary reads, Louise Carter was a profoundly stubborn woman. She insisted on living alone and did so successfully until she was almost 101 years old.
Wow.
No worries, she was not so bullheaded about driving herself because she really liked to walk. Once while traveling with her grandchildren in London, they exited the wrong tube station for their destination by 5 blocks, and she insisted at the age of 83 on just walking those extra blocks, despite her granddaughter's protest, which included, in these shoes, really?
The walking probably kept her healthy and young.
You know, my grandma Ursula, she was well into her 90s when she passed away, but she was also like, I'm not leaving my house. No way. The obituary goes on to say, stubbornness was not the only secret to her longevity. Dessert after each meal, breakfast included, was a necessity. Chocolate and 2% milk definitely did her body good, and she will be remembered as being a beast at playing 42, loving animals, but never in the house, and cooking. She could wring a chicken's neck and have it prepared for dinner in such a way that KFC would be envious.
Jesus.
She was progressive in regards to equality for women in the workforce, equal educational opportunities, and made sure that her son, as well as her grandchildren, could become and accomplish anything with a good educational foundation and hard work. We appreciate her dedication to our futures. She rolled with change, incorporating some things more than others, much to the chagrin of her family. Hearing aids and email were not well embraced. She liked to travel, especially with her sisters, who also lived into their 90s, and interestingly, her will to travel stopped around the age of 95. At that point, she became suspicious that each trip was actually a ploy to move her to one of her grandchildren's homes. Her family honored her wishes, and she wasn't moved to assisted living until she truly could no longer live alone. And per her wishes, she never moved in with family, as doing so would have infringed on her sense of independence. Her resume is as follows. She was born into the Manning family, one of 3 girls, Opal, herself, and Gay, which I think Opal is such a cute name.
And Gay's an unfortunate name.
You heard it here, Madison's homophobic. She graduated from Sam Houston State University, and she met her husband, the fabulously funny Gaston Carter, on that day that he decided he was having his portrait taken. So lucky for him, he was looking spiffy. Although I'm sure that she married him because after weighing the pros and cons, she felt that it was a rational decision. She was extremely practical to her core. She was a teacher in Midway in a one-room schoolhouse, and then in Madisonville, while simultaneously helping Gaston run the ranch and raising her only child, Jerry. She loved her family dearly and was very generous to everyone around her. She is preceded in death by absolutely everyone other than her devoted daughter-in-law, Betty Carter, her 3 grandchildren, Ron Carter, Dr. Kimberly Carter, and Jill Spearman, and her 4 great-grandchildren. Once she transitioned to assisted living, she decided that enough was enough, that she had lived a healthy and meaningful life and was now done. She passed peacefully in her sleep as she wanted, fully embracing the new adventures to come. She was a profoundly lovable woman, and we will miss her, but we certainly enjoyed our time with her. All 101 years, 1 month, and 15 days of it. And then it gives the funeral information, but I thought it was a good one.
Love her. She sounds funny.
I know, I needed a good one after that scathing one last week.
Oh, God. That one's insane. We've been sent that so many times that I've reread it. It really does just fuck you up.
It's wild. It's a wild one. All right. Well, I guess we will take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll hear what had you spinning in your coffin.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Well, robots had me spinning. I feel like we've done like toys and stuff like that lately, but I promise that this pertains to this show perfectly.
What are you saying?
I'm going to tie death into it.
That my toys weren't... They were killing kids, Madison.
Oh my God, no, I loved it. And I talked about dolls.
I know. Sometimes we'll talk and we'll be like, hey, you know that episode that's going out? Does that make sense for the show?
Oh, well, how about looking for pictures for the post on Instagram? I was like searching like kid on a trampoline hurt and stuff. Like it's so bad. But I hope it just serves as a warning.
Yeah.
All right. So we live in a world full of AI and robots now. We all know this. Things that used to be done exclusively by humans are now being taken over by...
You want to check out at the grocery store? It's a robot.
Uh-huh.
You want to return your golf cart? It's a robot.
Oh, it's all a robot. I saw this thing today of a cake being frosted like beautifully by a robot. Like... They're taking over everything.
I will never support that.
Well, there are some, incredible ways that it's helped us, but then there's been so many ways that it's been super detrimental. And there are many instances where a robot has malfunctioned and killed people. And even eerier, ones where it seems they've purposely turned on humans, a la Megan.
Did you see the video of the robot looking in the mirror and recognizing like its face or something?
No.
Oh, it's creepy.
Oh, it's terrifying. On TikTok, there's always like a robot going live. It's like a person in a robot factory, and this fucking robot is scary. I gotta find the link because it's terrifying. But I think about Megan, the movie.
Yeah.
And I've never wanted to fight a robot so bad, but if you've seen it, you'll understand.
It's the worst movie.
I know. I'll be getting into the robot deaths shortly, but I have to first talk about some future robots coming our way, possibly to the funerary industry first.
Ooh.
And one that's already making its debut in Japan.
Of course. Japan is so fucking ahead of the time.
They're so ahead. I know. So I read an article from funeralwise.com titled, "Are Robot Morticians Right Around the Corner?" And it was like a picture of a robot that looked like a woman, and it scared me. And I mean, you do too. You and I love learning about new funerary industry stuff or anything death related, but this just feels so eerie to me. The article talked about robot nannies that have taken off in Japan and China. And I mean, I guess if you can trust a robot enough to take care of your living kids, they can perform, intimate funerary duties. But that article interviewed a writer named Colin Dickey, and he said, quote, "Technology is the least relevant part of the funeral process. Whatever technological advances in robot morticians and internet funerals they come up with, it will only catch on with the general public if there is some sort of ritual that goes along with it and makes that technology seem useful and purposeful for that generation. There are these moments: birth, getting married, various sorts of initiation rites, and death. And my sense is that if there is one aspect of human culture that is going to resist to technology and this kind of depersonalization, it is going to be those moments of great transition, because those have always been the most ritualistic. And we as humans have invested the most meaning in them." Which I wholeheartedly agree with him. And I really hope robot morticians won't become a thing anytime soon. I definitely don't trust one doing my hair or makeup.
Can I say something just while we're on this topic before I forget? I was writing it down right now because I was like, I have to say this. When I was looking for an obituary this week, I was on Legacy. And when you go to legacy.com, it now tells you, write an obituary with AI. It's like a prompt on their website.
Yes.
And I'm like, listen, I feel like it's fine if you're going to outline it or something like that. But I'm like, an obituary has to be personal. Like, come on.
An obituary also doesn't have to be perfect or even grammatically right. Like, I think as long as it conveys what you're trying to say. Like, I don't know. It just feels
impersonal.
Yeah, it does. I agree. Okay, but I don't like the idea of a robot mortician, but I started to think about COVID or instances where there's like high volume of death in a short period and funeral homes are like, what do we do? I think if we had an assistance, if we had a robot mortician to assist with some stuff, I guess.
No, you just got to take them to the lamb funeral home.
Oh, God.
They'll give you the 8-for-1 special.
Oh, Lord. Have mercy.
What if you tried to make that your phrase like Uncle Jesse?
Cut it out.
That's Uncle Joey.
I know. Have mercy. Okay, so no to robot morticians, but then I found an article on virtual autopsies. And the term is referred to as vertopsy. And it was a term coined by one of the Institute of Forensic Medicine heads at the University of Bern in Switzerland. And an article on theguardian.com went in depth in 2013 about this, saying, quote, just as forensic pathologists at the university recently used computed tomography, which is CT, to identify the 2 fatal blows in the King Richard III, so a team of Zurich-based radiologists and pathologists is now using similar CT and MRI technology to help solve modern-day murders and crimes. The difference is that the Swiss team, the one who coined the vertopsy, has gone a stage further, not only using X-ray imaging to create scalpel-free 3D images of intact cadavers, but also building a vertobot capable of carrying out precise post-mortem tissue sampling, and all without exposing pathologists to harmful radiation or bodily contaminations. The result is a technology that is both all-seeing and arguably more objective than conventional autopsies, which inevitably result in the destruction of tissue and can only be recorded photographically in 2 dimensions. I'm actually on board for that because an autopsy, they got to get in there.
Yeah.
They got to get in you, And if we
Sure
could
do.
have if we could have something more precise and more objective
Yeah.
and not have to slice you open,
I agree.
I think it's pretty cool. Okay, but lastly, before I get into the deaths by robots, I want to talk about this little guy named Pepper. Pepper is a robot priest living in Japan, and Pepper conducts funeral ceremonies. He's a semi-humanoid robot who was made to read people's emotions. And I've read a lot about this little guy, and it seems that he has done many jobs, but this is my favorite job. He helps perform funerary rites in Buddhist temples, and to rent him for a funeral, he's only about $450 as of 2017. I'm sure his price has gone up, but I have to show you a video of him holding a funeral service.
Oh no. Oh, he's scary looking. Wow. You know
I
what?
think he's sweet.
Here's the thing. Oh, do you remember the movie AI with Haley Joel Osment?
No.
God, it really scared me when I was a kid. I'm going to show you. Hold on. AI, Haley Joel Osment. I remember going with my sister and our cousin to the movie theater and seeing it. They make an AI robot. It's just, the movie's called Artificial Intelligence. And yeah, Haley Joel Osment plays this robot. This guy works at a place and I don't remember the whole plot, but he ends up kind of malfunctioning. It was creepy. I remember. I don't know if the movie's a thriller. I think it is, or if it just scared me because I was a kid, but
Yeah.
yeah, scary.
It scares me because we're programming it as humans and programming it to do these human things.
Well, they don't look like cute robots. Remember the Jetsons?
Oh, that was so cool.
Rosie?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The maid.
Give me a square metal robot, okay?
Give me one that's kitschy.
19, atomic robot.
Yeah. That's
I don't
cool.
want you look like skin and you're a robot. You don't know that you shouldn't work at this Walmart.
Scary.
Scary.
Terrifying. Well, things are about to get scarier because we have some stories of people who were killed by robots. I'm going to start with the first person to ever be killed by a robot. His name was Robert Williams. This happened in 1979. Robert worked for the Ford Motor Company casting plant in Michigan. He helped operate like a huge robot that they had that retrieved parts. One day the robot started malfunctioning and it was just working really slow. It was sending out wrong signals. So Robert climbed up into one of the shelves holding product that the robot should have been grabbing, and he grabbed it, and then the arm of the robot hit him in the head, killing him instantly.
What?
His family sued and they were awarded $10 million, and his death is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Wow.
For first ever man killed by a robot.
Shit.
Similarly, we have Kenji Urata. 2 years later, in 1981, Kenji was working for the Kawasaki Heavy Industries plant, and a robot that was used to cut gears started malfunctioning.
Oh, shit.
Kenji jumped over a safety barrier to try and go fix it, but he accidentally turned the robot on and it pinned him up against another machine. And I read conflicting things that happened next. I read that the robot crushed him, and then I had also read that it stabbed him in the back, but
Jeez.
unfortunately he passed away.
Did they charge the robot?
They charged like 5 robot companies.
Good.
This one is scary. This one is about a woman named Wanda Hallbrook, and her death happened in 2017. It's scary to me because this robot went rogue. She, again, like these others, worked in a big plant that made car parts. So apparently the plant was like sectioned off in like section 100, section 110, section 120. And like, let's say the robots were in section 130.
Uh-huh.
She was working in section 150.
Okay.
No robots are supposed to be in section 150. There's no way they can get in. They should not be there. Well, apparently a robot got in from section like 130, came in with a hitch, like, you know, a hitch that goes on the back of a car.
Yeah, like a truck hitch.
And he was like trying to do his work, his robot work, in the wrong section, drops this trailer hitch onto her skull and kills her instantly.
I feel like that was on purpose.
I think so too. He just went rogue. How did he get there?
You know what I wonder?
What?
Well, I bet we'll get to a point where people are like using robots as hitmen.
Oh, well, the police it's police or SWAT team. They use those robots. They look like dogs. They have like 4 legs, and I've seen it like high speed pursuits or like live pursuits where they like pull up in a big truck, open up the back, and these like dogs get out, and they're robots and they have guns.
Shit.
It's insane.
Who gets charged with that though? I mean, obviously the orchestrator of the killing, but like, what if they don't know who orchestrated it and a robot kills someone? I'm saying if somebody used a robot to kill somebody.
Oh. Yeah, then I think that person.
What if they don't know who the person is?
Well, there you go.
A robot, perfect way to get away with it.
God, until that robot turns on you.
Shit.
Okay, lastly, we have a story that has been going around lately. I've seen it all over social media about Tesla. Not about their self-driving recall, but about an attack from a robot, from one of their robots. This incident happened in 2021, actually, at a Tesla factory in Austin, Texas. So I guess this employee was working on a robot. One of the robot's arms was a claw, and that robot pinned the guy and sunk his claw, like the sharp metal fingers that it had, into the guy's back and arm.
Shit.
And like cut him up. Luckily he survived, but he was super bloody and allegedly really hurt.
Probably got so much fucking money.
Maybe, probably, yeah. But I will leave you with this. An article from livescience.com says that intelligent robots will likely overtake humans by 2100.
That's really soon.
That's 70.
Could we be alive still? 80 years? No.
If we live till 110.
I don't want.
God, we'll probably be robots by then.
Cool. Just our heads walking around on robot dog bodies.
Oh, I love that. Love that. So there you go.
God, that's crazy.
So be scared. I'm scared.
Fear the future.
Fear the future.
Stop change now.
I thought we were going to have flying cars, not robots that can kill you.
No, we barely have anything cool. Bummer. I mean, I listen, again, I love a robot, but a classic cool robot.
I want like a shiny silver.
When they have like silicone white faces
No.
or whatever, go fuck yourself.
I want a robot to look like a robot, not a human.
You heard it here. And this is why, again, we were voted best podcast in the world. So we are going to take a quick break, let you reflect on that, and check on your Alexa to make sure she's not listening. We'll be right back.
And we're back. Spencer, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
We're on the same wavelength this week, and I'm really excited because I actually wasn't even spinning in my coffin this week. I wasn't even in my coffin this week.
Oh, where were you?
I was hurtling through space and time.
Okay.
This week, I ventured into the world of time machines.
Oh, okay. I love that.
Also, we'll have stories in here that are related to death.
Okay.
The concept of time travel dates pretty far back, but actual time machines have a more recent history. Well, in the obituary world, at least, because I feel like we talk about so much very old. That's what they say. They say, oh, Spencer Madison, the one's always talking about old.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. One of the first stories to feature time travel by means of a machine is The Clock That Went Backward by Edward Page Mitchell, which appeared in the New York Sun in 1881. However, the mechanism borders on fantasy, where there's an unusual clock, when wound, runs backwards and transports people nearby back in time. The author does not explain the origin or properties of the clock. My kind of thought process about time machines was, I feel like the reason to have a time machine would be to try and like stop a loved one from passing away, or to like go back and like prevent something from happening. Or like, I feel like a lot of people probably have attempted to create time machines or explore time travel because of death. And I learned that to be true, which we'll talk about.
You know, while you were just saying this, I was looking up because I couldn't remember the title of the movie that we watched. But during Halloween, Cisco and I watched a movie. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's called Totally Killer. And it's a horror movie about a daughter whose mom is killed by a serial killer in present day, but the serial killer was around in the 80s. And so she goes back to the 80s.
Oh, cool.
It was really good, but it also showed how changing a couple things back then she came back to modern day.
Yeah, that's every time machine movie is like, you've altered the course of history by changing this.
But she saved her mom, so that was like worth it.
By definition, a time machine is a hypothetical or fictional device that is often featured in science fiction literature and movies, and its purpose is to allow somebody to travel through time either forward or backward to different eras. The idea is rooted in the theoretical possibility of manipulating time as a dimension, although there is currently no scientific evidence or consensus supporting the existence of such devices. I can't really give a full breakdown on the theories because, I mean, being transparent, it's way over my head. Like, shocking.
Oh, you don't know about quantum
physics? No, yeah, shocking. Podcast host can't calculate the theory of time travel. But even like breaking it down to make it digestible, when I was trying to read about it, felt like a feat that I just wasn't willing to take on. So instead, I want to focus again more on time travel in relation to death. And I'm going to kick us off with this little article from the New York Post that I thought was not only informative, but also really sweet. It's a little wordy, but stay with me here. The headline reads, "I want to see my dead dad again, so I'm figuring out time travel."
Oh.
Quote, "Robin Mallet lost his father when he was just 10 years old and has worked tirelessly ever since to discover a way to see him again. Now he believes he's cracked the code to time travel. The University of Connecticut professor touts rotating lasers as the key, which would in theory twist the fabric of space and time and create a loop that would allow backward time travel. The thing is that what is necessary first is being able to show that we can twist space, not time. Twist space with light," he told The Guardian, noting that such a conclusion would allow the rest of the theory to unfold, but for now he needs more research. And it's just like, even that alone, it baffles me because when people, I just don't understand it. When people are like, oh, well, you know that we're a million years ahead of this or a million years behind this or whatever, I'm like, what do you mean? It's unfathomable.
Or that we're like, how do you go back to a time period physically? Like our time period just happening all the time?
Yeah, it's too much. It's too big to think about.
I need to be like high for this, and I hate. I don't smoke weed.
No. Last year, from when this article was written, Dr. Ana Alonso Serrano told USA Today that while logistically possible, time travel requires tools such as wormholes or warp drives to create curvatures in space-time. In the moment that you carve the space-time, you can play with that curvature to make the time come in a circle and make a time machine, she said.
This is some weird...
It's real, though. It's like real. The snag is finding a physical, realistic way to do it, she added, noting that exotic matter needed to make this happen might not even exist. But researchers at the California Institute of Technology did make 2 small black holes in a quantum computer, noting that the tunnel shared characteristics of a baby wormhole, a small step for scientists focused on cracking the code for time travel. It's wild. Because you also know that like there's so many people that are dedicated to working on things that we don't know about.
No, absolutely. I think about the psychological ramifications of working on that. Like,
yeah.
It fucks me up thinking about it.
I don't know how anything works. Like when there's live TV, I'm like, how are you over there?
Oh, I know.
Filming with a camera and it's on my TV right now?
A phone that's not plugged into the wall?
I don't know how this works. Like, how are you listening to us whenever you want to listen to us?
Where? Why?
Yeah.
Why are you listening to us?
Are you in this room with us right now? Hello? No, but it's just, it weirds me out. It weirds me out when I like think too much about it. Like I know there's explanations and I've tried to look up like how does a TV work before. And like there's certain things I can understand. Like I understand how a vinyl works, right? It's carved in a certain way. You can picture like, okay, I know the needles.
I don't know. That seems crazier to me.
Oh, no. That makes sense. You should watch, I'll make you watch a video on it, like how it actually transmits the sound, but just too much. It's too much. Okay, but back to this, otherwise we're just going to get way off. But that Professor Mallet, 77, is holding out hope. Although there may not be an institution or a person with enough funds to take a chance on him and his astounding research inspired by his father's death. When he passed away, it was like this light went out, and I was in shock, he said, rehashing the ill-fated night his mother discovered he had passed away from a heart attack. I couldn't comprehend how this was possible, he added, saying that he adored his late father. To this day, it's hard for me to believe he's gone, even after 60-some years. Mallet's dad had fought in the Second World War and became a TV repairman upon returning home. Despite a modest income, Mallet said his family was utterly spoiled. One Christmas, all 3 brothers were gifted bicycles, an incredible feat for his father to achieve with his earnings. I adored him, Mallet continued. One of the great pleasures for me was meeting him when he got off the subway and carrying his toolbox home with him. He just literally lit up the room when he would come in. But after he died, the family uprooted from the Bronx and moved to Altoona, Pennsylvania, where he recalls being met with bullies who called him the N-word. At the time, the now emeritus professor was depressed and actually punched the taunting kid, later apologizing. He found solace in books, namely The Time Machine, which he says spoke to him. The very first paragraph changed my life. I still remember the quote, "Scientific people know very well that time is just a kind of space and that we can move forward and backward in time just as we can in space," he said, remembering how he attempted to create a time machine replica comprised of his bike and his father's old radio, which makes me want to cry. At 11, he discovered a book by Albert Einstein whose theories about space and time inspired him to pursue further schooling, earning all A's. He eventually joined the Air Force, hoping to use the GI Bill to put himself through higher education, often volunteering for night shifts to keep his nose in books. It has more about his life and his like studies. I'll obviously link the full article, but he breaks it down a little bit saying, let's say you have a cup of coffee in front of you right now. Start stirring the coffee with a spoon. It'll start swirling around, right? That's what a rotating black hole does. Einstein then believed that space and time are related, he added. So a rotating black hole could cause a like twisting of time.
Oh, it seems like magic.
Well, there's black holes in space, right? But there's like a lack of black holes. Although Mallet believes it can be mimicked with a ring laser, which emits rotating light beams because light creates gravity. He mused, and if gravity can affect time, then light itself can affect time.
Okay.
To be successful, the device would need to be about the size of the universe, deeming it pretty much impossible, yet Mallet isn't deterred. At this point, he says his machine, size undetermined, will appear to be a cylinder of rotating streams of light. Even if he were to somehow be granting funding for such an endeavor, Mallet's decades of research might be for naught. He would never be able to see his late father again, despite that being his motivation. In reality, the machine would only be able to grant time travel to a particular point, the moment the loop was created, which couldn't possibly be Mallet's desired 1955. It was sad for me, but it wasn't tragic, because I remember that there was this little boy who dreamed of the possibility of having a time machine. He said of his depressing realization, I have figured out how it can be done. And I still don't understand it, but I think it's very sweet.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, space, time, lights, sure.
Would you do it?
What?
Time travel if you could?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was like a thing everyone does, like if it was like flying on an airplane now, like,
yeah,
like, oh yeah. I mean, I'd want to see different eras. Like, I don't know. If you could go back in time, would you?
Yeah. As long as it didn't alter my present day.
Okay.
But I think I'd like to like meet my mom as a little kid or something, you know?
Yeah.
Or see different eras. Like I'd probably be a creep in people's windows, but
she's the woman who traveled through time just to look at people. So obviously it's something that hasn't really been brought to fruition, but there's plenty of people who have claimed to be time travelers, and I found some of them. The following excerpts come from articles in Gizmodo, WatchMojo, Wondershare, Filmora, and Medium that are all linked in the sources. One of the articles talked about John Titor, who showed up in a lot of them, and it says in the early 2000s, online posts from this alleged time traveler took the internet by storm. And I vaguely remember, I feel like, hearing about this. He claimed to be a U.S. soldier from the year 2036 in a parallel timeline. He showed grainy photos of his time machine as well as cryptic warnings about the future, but then people figured out that he was probably an entertainment lawyer named Larry Haber, but there's still some people that believe in him. He predicted that there would be like another American Civil War in 2004, which obviously did not happen. Another story that I read about was a story that was first shared in a 1988 magazine article. And this says, this story follows two men who, on an early afternoon in Louisiana during 1969, encountered a vehicle from the past. While driving on a highway, the duo glimpsed at an older vehicle. Upon drawing closer, they saw the slow-moving car's license plate, which had the year 1940 on it. Inside, they saw a woman in 1940s attire and a child who appeared scared and confused. After gesturing to her to pull over to see if she needed help, the two were astonished to see that the car had vanished. Another driver who witnessed the event also supported their claim.
Okay, I love that. I love the thought of people in other decades wanting to come here and see it, which I get. I mean, there's not much. The aliens roll up their window. They drive past Earth, but
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I think we've made so many incredible advances in a lot of ways, but still sketchy. And then there's this story that I read about several times. I believe this one came from Watch Mojo. It's the story of Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain. In 1911, Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, who met just prior to working together at the all-female St. Hugh's College in Oxford and shared an interest in spiritualism, released a book that caused a sensation. An adventure detailed an experience they'd shared while visiting the Palace of Versailles in 1901. While wandering the extensive gardens around the Petit Trianon, they suddenly began encountering people dressed in 18th century outfits, including a woman who strongly resembled Marie Antoinette. Had they encountered ghosts or slipped back in time somehow? Though they went with the latter for their book, which purported to prove their experience by researching and corroborating what they'd seen with historical records, skeptics tended to believe a third option, that the authors of the book had made the whole thing up. Still, their reputation as respected academics did make other people wonder if they had witnessed something way out of the ordinary.
Cool. I want to read that.
I know. And then the last one that I have from one of those lists is the story of Hutton and Brandt. In 1932, a German reporter named J. Bernard Hutton and photographer Joachim Brandt were assigned a story on the Hamburg shipyard. Once there, however, the two men panicked when bombs began falling around them. After snapping a few pictures, they left in a hurry. No one at the paper paper believed their story, and their photographs showed nothing out of the ordinary. 11 years later, in 1943, Hutton was shocked when he read a story in an English paper about an Allied air raid on Hamburg with pictures showing him scenery he was very familiar with. Did Hutton and Brandt leap forward in time somehow?
Crazy.
I don't know. And then just for kicks, I have some pictures that many claim prove that time travel exists.
Okay.
And I love looking at these.
This makes me want to rewatch that 1962 show with James Franco where he goes to try to stop the JFK assassination. That was a cool show.
I really liked that show. He goes into the little diner.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we should rewatch that.
Yeah.
That was such a good one. Okay, there's this one, which it looks like there's a man taking a picture.
Oh, yeah, like old photos where there's a man with a cell phone.
Yeah, or glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
There's one that I have to show, and it's actually, there's this guy. His name is something von Helton. He claims that he's been through both time and space, and he has pictures from 1857, 1916, 1945, all in different countries.
That's crazy.
And they all look like him. Okay, but look at this one. It looks like a cell phone. This is a film from 1938, and it looks like a woman's talking on a phone.
She's totally on a phone. Weird.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird. I believe in it.
Or I'm was she a spy that was given
That's what they say, that
a
we're
little radio phone thing or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, that's even cooler if she was.
Hell yeah. We love a spy.
Love a spy.
And then we started off with death. Things got a little haywire. It's only right that I end with a cemetery story that'll knock your socks off. In London's Brompton Cemetery, there's been reports of strange activity revolving around a certain tomb.
Okay.
The tomb belongs to a woman named Hannah Courtoy and supposedly possesses the secrets to time travel. It's a really interesting story. So Hannah was this really wealthy woman who passed away in the year 1849, and she's buried inside of this tomb at the cemetery alongside her 3 daughters, Mary, Elizabeth, and Susanna.
Okay.
They passed away different years, but they were all buried together. Well, prior to her death, Hannah was really close friends with a renowned Egyptologist named Joseph Bonomi, who believed that he had discovered the secrets of time travel, all thanks to his studies of Egyptian hieroglyphics. And according to an article from Atlas Obscura, he teamed up with an engineer named Samuel Warner to create a time machine. And so with the financial backing of Hannah, they built their time machine and placed it inside of her tomb in Brompton Cemetery, where it has remained ever since. But the key to the tomb has been lost, and the tomb hasn't been opened in over 100 years. But a lot of people believe that this time machine exists and it's inside of this tomb, which I think is fucking cool.
Open it.
Bust it open. It's a 100-year-old tomb. I feel like we could get in there.
100 and almost 200 years old.
Yeah.
Took me a minute, but
You were time traveling.
yeah.
Checking really quick. Oh, God. Yeah. So,
Wow.
there you go.
Cool. I'm intrigued. I want to look more into it.
You heard it here. Madison's entering her New Year's resolution is to explore the.
To go back to 2023.
Oh, God.
We had a great year.
We did have a great year, actually. I know. You know what? That is fucking true. I see so many people every year. I feel like people do it. Since the internet's exist, people are like, well, this year almost killed me, so here's the next year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of had fun.
Yeah, I had a good year.
We did a lot. We wrote a book.
No. We're alive and healthy.
Yeah.
Well, you almost not, but
Oh, God. Made it.
made it.
I was going to say the end thing, we spun in our costume.
We've time traveled if you missed it.
Yeah. Okay, so should we talk about some obituaries?
Yes.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have an obituary that was sent in to us by a Geoff. They wrote, "Hey girlies, love listening to you guys. Y'all have taught my 3 and 5-year-olds so many awesome new words." Sorry about that. I especially love that they call each other a Geoff when they're shit talking. I'm Casey. You can use my name, and I live in Greenville, South Carolina. Madison, our precious angel, geographically challenged doll face. That's South Carolina. Oh, she wrote SC. It's wonderful, and y'all should visit our beautiful city with gorgeous waterfalls, mountains, and a heaping serving of southern hospitality and a shit ton of Dollar Generals. I digress. I happened across a brief, non-traditional obituary and wanted to share. So shortly before Christmas, while driving down the road, one that I travel almost daily, I noticed a huge scorch mark on the asphalt and a burned tree that wasn't there the day before. I immediately thought, oh fuck, something bad happened here. I assumed a car accident and sent up some words to Sky Daddy, Baphomet, or whoever was listening. A week or two passed and a small cross was placed on the side of the road next to the scorch mark. I kept telling my nosy ass to look up what happened on the local news when I got home. I'm a lot of things. A bitch, confrontational, morbid, neurospicy, but I refuse to be a hoe with a phone to my face while driving. I finally got around to looking it up and found nothing about that particular accident. I did, however, find a report of a fatal accident that happened in the same location earlier this year. While the accident was absolutely tragic, the obituary depicted an extraordinary man that was so incredibly loved. I've attached it below. King Henry is a fuck-ass Casey. Okay, this is for John. John joined his ancestors in Valhalla on Friday, June 23rd, 2023. To become one of the greats comes with learning from the past. Don't worry, it takes time, effort, pain, laughter, and a dark sense of humor. John embodied every one of these traits and took most lessons life gave him, learned from them, and lived his life evolving into the great man he was until he left this world behind. He was strong-willed, stubborn, and a little shithead. More than anything, John was an awesome human and even better daddy to his boys. No, he didn't light up the room when he walked in. He was better than that. He was legendary, always willing to help someone, even if it was a serial killer.
Oh.
Okay.
Well.
John is survived by his ride or die future Mrs. John and his kids, a whole slew of people. In lieu of flowers, the family will set up a trust to help educate John's sons. Information will be announced when it's finalized. Until Valhalla, I will love you until the day after forever, Mama.
Aww.
I thought that was so sweet.
Very sweet.
But also I love, like, no, he didn't light up a room that he walked into. I hear that so much. All right, who do you got?
I got another sweetie. Her name's Vicky. Oh, well, this was sent to us by Geoff. I have to say that. She said, this is my old neighbor's obituary. I was just scrolling our hometown paper's website and found this, and it made me emotional as we lost contact once she moved. She was a lovely older lady who loved my kids.
Oh.
Catherine Vicky Palmer, who would have absolutely not wanted us to say when she was born somewhere in the Ozarks, left this world on December 2nd of 2022 following a brief illness. She was the daughter of the late Len Lloyd Rife and Helen Lucille Copeland Rife. She was preceded in death by her husband, Jack Palmer. She is survived by her 4 children, Nathan Palmer of Cincinnati, Ohio, Mackenzie Hayes of Kansas City, Samantha Kilgore of St. Paul, Minnesota, husband Justin, children Justin and Maggie Rose, and Justin Palmer of Kansas City, Missouri, wife Megan and son Jack. No, that's not a mistake. Yes, there really are that many Justins. She's also survived by her sisters Sheila, Colleen, as well as 2 brothers, Ed, David, and many nieces and nephews, other extended family, and a wealth of friends, all of whom she loved very much. After graduating from Smithville High School, Vicky married the love of her life. Their early years took them around the Midwest, from Nebraska to St. Louis, but eventually they gathered up their 4 children they had within 5 years and returned to their hometown of Smithville. They loved each other well and truly and gave their children a shining example of what marriage looks like between 2 people who adore each other. Jack Palmer would have gotten her the moon had she asked, and she would have asked him to do it, just that she had never thought about it, but she was probably too busy. Vicky was a gifted homemaker, as long as you didn't want her to cook much beyond fried chicken and potato salad, which she absolutely nailed every time. Ooh. She had an innate elegance, style, and flair for design, and wherever she lived reflected that. She was also the mom that showed up to all the games, cheering not just for her children, but all the children. She may have occasionally forgotten to pick a kid up from practice or detention, depending on the kid, but she remained a lifelong cheerleader for her children and later her grandchildren. She was good at that. She wanted everyone to shine, loved celebrating that shine and had a way of pointing out the shine in others even when they struggled to see it on their own. Her ability to see the light in others made her own light even lovelier, and it was one of her many talents. After she launched her 4 children into the world, Vicky, in her very Vicky-esque way, decided she needed a career and managed to create a successful interior design business. Home was a sacred concept to her, and she truly enjoyed helping others create a beautiful space in which to live. She became a published author and also a talented teacher, helping others start their own interior design businesses. She loved helping women succeed, and her career was built upon that. She was also a gifted photographer, capturing her love of travel with her camera and showing the world how she saw it. Beautiful, engaging, and vibrant, a reflection of her own self. Her walls were covered in these photos, so she was surrounded by memories of people she loved, places she'd been, meals she'd eaten, and adventures she'd had. Vicky was fortunate to see a lot of the world and was in a state of perpetual planning for her next trip. Her children, having spent their whole lives being cheered on by their mother, cheered as she learned to navigate life without her husband after his death in 2008. She was a lifelong learner, a voracious reader, and consumer of current events. She had a deep and abiding love for history, particularly American history, and she balanced that learning with an equally healthy dose of reality TV, for which her children gave her no end of grief. She had a great taste in music and clothes, awful taste in movies, and an opinion about literally everything in the world, which she was unafraid to share. She was a beautiful woman, spectacular, extravagant with her loves, of which there were many, and she was at home no matter where she was, whether it was sitting in a lawn chair in a creek in the Ozarks, surrounded by her siblings and their sprawling brood of children, or a sidewalk cafe in Italy, or a t-ball game. She loved to laugh, spend time with her friends and family, and getting lunch with the girls. To be completely honest, she just loved getting lunch, period. She could fashion the hell out of a whistle from a blade of grass, smelled of Chanel No. 5, delighted in bad jokes and good pranks, and definitely knew how to do the twist. She was, in a word, magic. Though the ones she leave behind feel the world has lost a little bit of its light, they are certain that when she left this world, she was greeted in the next by her husband, who undoubtedly shook his head, smiled, and asked her, "What took you so long, Vic?"
Aww.
Her children's know, it's really sweet. Her children know he's been waiting for her and take comfort in knowing that the giants who raised them are together again in the next life as they were in this one. And then it just gives the funeral information. Says the family asks that you think of her on 4th of July during the finale at a fireworks show and when the Chiefs play the Bills. They hope that when Neil Diamond comes on the radio, you hear her in the lyrics. They hope she crosses your mind when you find a great little place to eat tacos, when the lilacs bloom, and when you see the first robin of spring.
Oh, that's a beautiful obituary.
Really sweet one. Thanks for sending that in.
It was funny, but sweet.
Very sweet.
Well, should we get sour?
Yeah, we have spun in our coffins.
We've bitched our obituaries.
And that means it's time for some dumb
Ass
criminals.
All right. I have a woman who is angry. This is from USA Today, and this happened actually February 2023. So fairly recent. A Georgia woman recently was arrested after authorities say she purposely crashed into the Popeyes restaurant.
Oh, no.
It says here that the woman identified as 50-year-old Belinda Miller of Augusta is charged with felony aggravated assault and criminal damage to property in the first degree.
Belinda, why did you do that?
Well, just after 7:45 p.m. Saturday, Richmond County Sheriff's deputies responded to the chicken restaurant in Augusta for an accident with injuries. The Popeyes manager told deputies Miller drove her SUV into the east entrance after she became upset that her order did not have any biscuits, according to the incident.
Oh, so it was justified.
So it was justified. So I watched a couple videos about some of the employees talking about what happened. So they gave her food, she went on her way, and then I guess she called them and was like cussing them out. And she was like, "This is why people die. Like, I'm coming back there and I'm driving my car through your fucking restaurant. Like, y'all didn't give me biscuits in my order." And that's exactly what she did.
We've all thought about it.
No. But then she fled the scene, and then they found her later at her home because her car was all fucked up.
A sign on it. Okay, well, I have some fast food drama.
Okay, perfect.
And it's a shitty situation.
Oh, no.
It sure is. This happened actually today.
Today?
Well, this story is from today.
Okay.
But it actually took place 2 years ago on January the 6th of 2022.
Okay.
This article from the New York Post says, he'll skip the chocolate glaze.
Oh.
Paul Kurak is suing Dunkin' Donuts after he says a toilet at a Florida outlet exploded while he was doing his business.
What does Dunkin' have to do with it?
He was out of Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh.
Leaving him traumatized and coated head to toe in poop. Kurak said the stomach-turning blast on January 6th of 2022 left him covered with debris, human feces, and urine, according to the lawsuit filed in Florida's district court on Wednesday. Following the explosion of the toilet, the plaintiff emerged from the men's room and sought assistance from the employees and managers of the business to clean himself as he remained covered with human feces and urine after emerging from the men's room, the complaint says.
That is horrible.
Making matters worse, he claims that the workers at the Orange County coffee shop conceded that they were aware that there had been problems with the toilet prior. He's asking the coffee giant to fork over $50,000 in legal fees, claiming that he now requires mental health care and counseling as a direct result of the trauma he experienced in the restroom at the defendant's building.
I don't blame him.
I would too.
That's terrible.
Kurak says the messy mishap left him suffering bodily injury and psychological damages, as well as permanent and significant emotional injury, mental anguish, loss of the capacity for the enjoyment of life, and expensive medical care and treatment.
I don't blame him. I think the criminal is the toilet.
Honey, he went to Dunkin' Donuts and all he got was the Dunkin'.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Real.
That's insane.
I don't know what I would do if a toilet exploded on me. I'd lose my mind.
I would lose the joy for life, too.
I barely have it. There was another dumb criminal that I had, also from Florida, Ocala, Florida? Ocala, Florida. It says police are trying to figure out why a man broke into a home in Marion County. Ocala police say Daniel Dinkins claimed to be a time traveler and that he threw a brick through the window of an Ocala home earlier this month to save a baby sleeping in the room from some future event. He also admitted to swimming in the victim's pool, and he is being charged with burglary.
Dinker and Duncan.
Dinker Duncan, do not do it.
Mm-hmm. God. Well, I believe both of them.
Yep. I think we have so many Christmas cards that I'm just going to split this pile and we are going to
open
them. I think they're Christmas cards.
Oh my God, I love. Okay. Yep. This one says Merry Christmas.
I hope there's money in it.
Ooh.
Just kidding.
Oh, this one's from the Connors. Rich, Lindsay, Bentley, Grayson, and Minnie.
Hold on. This one has a note.
Look at how cute they
Wait,
are.
I want to see them. Oh,
so cute.
Cute family. Good genes. What is this? There's a note with mine that says, Spencer and Madison and all of the doggies. Happy holidays to both you and your extended families. I can't thank you both enough for the endless amount of work you do for the podcast. I love spending my weeks with you girlies, learning something new, laughing, crying, and savagely judging the assholes and dumb criminals. Last year, after I sent you my fam's holiday card, my beloved dad, Mike, found out that he had to have open heart surgery 2 weeks before Christmas and 2 days after my birthday. To make a long story short, despite a few very bumpy bumps in the road, he's recovered outstandingly and is almost 1 year post-surgery on December 13th of 2022. Obituary was a much-needed distraction during his hospital stays and while he did cardiac rehab, and I can't thank you enough for being there with me during those long days that sometimes didn't feel like they'd ever end. I'm so happy that he's doing okay now.
I know. I'm so sorry you guys all had to go through that.
And I'm glad we could keep you company. Pictured on this year's card is the entire family at the local tractor show. Hell yeah. I live in South Dakota and there's always a tractor show in the summer. We need to remember that.
Yeah.
He was the honored member, and to say that it was emotional for him and us would be the understatement of the year. I'm on the far right. Stay safe, stay healthy, and always stay weird. P.S. You can use names and share this with everyone. I'd lose my marbles if it was mentioned. Well, get those marbles rolling, babe.
Yeah, you better find them.
P.S.S. Yes, I typed this because when I tried writing it, I kept shaking, and this is way easier than my chicken scratch handwriting.
Oh, let's see the
look
picture.
at them at the tractor show.
Oh my gosh, let me see.
Cute family.
How cute.
Very sweet.
Oh my gosh, is that your dad in the middle? He looks so sweet.
Like, no, that's me.
Okay, I have one that has a note. And this is not a Christmas card. This is a marriage.
Are you proposing to me?
This is a wedding invite, but it looks like it's past.
When did the wedding happen?
It says October 26th.
2024.
Oh, 2024, duh.
Oh, in Illinois. I know someone who likes to go there.
Yes. Okay, but wait, there's also a note. It says, I couldn't not invite my 2 podcast besties that don't know we're besties. P.S. Check out the Heinz funeral home scandal in Carlinville, Illinois. Shit is wild. Mixed up remains for years. I have inside tea that apparently the cartel is involved with the funeral home. It's fucking insane. Email me for more info and I can send a link.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know if I want to say your name after you mention the cartel.
Yeah. As you all know, the cartel is listening to our podcast.
I don't know. That's like the one thing that scares me. Okay, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa. We will absolutely look into that. I have one from a Geoff named Rebecca, Geoff and Colbabe Rebecca. And it says, congrats on your new book. I just pre-ordered today. You guys bring so much joy to us all. Positivity is contagious. Love you, Rebecca.
Oh,
Cute card. I bought this same card for someone.
so cute. I love a Trader Joe's card.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, look how fancy this is. They have a label with our name on it.
Oh, my God.
Okay. And this is another sweet Christmas card.
This makes me so happy. I love getting...
Look at how sweet this family is. I can't believe you guys listen to us. Look at this sweet little family. Sorry, the Maloneys.
Oh, cute. Very
What?
cute family.
Cuties.
Okay, I have a Christmas card from Phil and JD Lador. And it says, we both hope you had the best holiday season. Meeting you guys in Tampa was definitely a highlight of 2023 for us. And I already know a highlight for 2024 will be your book that's already pre-ordered. Thank you. You guys
Oh
are
my God.
so
Wait,
fucking
let me
awesome.
see them.
Hold on. If you make it back to Florida, we'll for sure be there. We just might. And if you make it to Disney, I can be your tour guide. Which is JD and Phil.
Oh my God.
I think they're the ones where I thought he was someone from a different show.
Was she dressed as Tinkerbell?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They were so cute.
So nice. And I
They
was
were
like,
both dressed up.
I like totally referenced something because I thought it was a different person.
No, they were so cute.
So nice. Oh, this is cute. Happy holidays. Oh, these people had a great year too, it says. Great year here on the farm. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season. George, Chardell, and Alex. Very cute. And
Chardell, I feel like she sent us really cool stuff. Let me see.
I feel like she did too. Chardell, what did you send us?
You've sent us stuff
Chardell, we know what you're doing.
and keep doing it.
Keep doing.
What a cute Christmas card.
I mean it, you guys. I love getting everyone's Christmas cards. It's fun for us to see who's listening to us. Should I take us out with this package?
Take us out. Kill us.
It's just, it explodes.
The package looks cute.
I know. Oh, God. Packing peanuts. It says, hi, Spencer and Madison. I've been a listener of Obituary since the beginning and also a longtime listener of Cult Leader. The Cult Leader episodes satisfy my true crime itch, and the Obituary episodes have helped me with my fear of death. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a potter, and I often listen to your podcast while I'm making my pieces. Your podcast also get me through my day job. But when I heard the Obituary episode, there's nothing wrong with a little head, I knew I had to make these cups and send them to you. They can be used for whatever drink you like. Non-alcoholic, of course, for Spencer, or it can just be used to hold pens and pencils or whatever. You can each pick the one you like best. I also wanted to note, although I've lived in Idaho for almost 28 years, I was originally born and raised in Long Beach. I've got some interesting stories that I'll have to write down and send you about my years growing up there and some odd encounters. For instance, I was on the freeway when O.J. Simpson passed by on his slow speed chase with the
No
police.
way.
But those are for another day. Thank you for keeping me sane during my day at work and keeping me company while I'm working on my pottery. Jane Warner. Oh my God, P.S. You can see a video I posted of making these cups on my social media, and her Instagram and TikTok are at Rabbit Warren Studio.
I'm looking it up right now.
Well, hold on, let's see them.
okay,
first.
okay.
Spoil the surprise.
Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Wait, look. Okay, wait, I love a mug that doesn't have a handle. I feel like they're so chic, like drinking out of them. Oh my gosh. There's little skulls and bones.
Okay, I love
These are cool.
These are so cool.
I will be having my morning coffee out of these. I'll go between the Obituary mug and these.
Yes.
How cool. Thank you.
Love it.
You know, it'd even be a really pretty little pot. Like if you like planted a little something in there.
Oh, a little succulent or something.
Yeah.
I can't keep anything alive. Oh my God, thank you so much.
Jane?
Thanks all of you for sharing your Christmas cards with us.
I know. And thank you for these mugs. These are awesome.
And thank you for our mugs.
Yes.
That is it for the week. We've got to go, but we will surely be back next week with some more coffin spinners
Obituaries.
and dumb
Ass
criminals. Goodbye.
Goodbye.